Good afternoon, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Here we are to take you through a review, of the England game last night. The Lionesses were in action, of course, in the Euros, and wow, absolutely incredible. It really was. I mean, I just have no words really to describe this win last night. I think nobody expected this, in all due respects, and I thought it was going to be a closer game, yeah, I'm still speechless now, but it is just a joy to witness that incredible night last night. I've never seen anything like it. Now we are going to go through different sections, and we're going to take you, like I say, if you do want to get involved, please get involved in the chat. Let me know what you thought of the game last night. Who kind of, just give me a summary of what you thought, and yeah, just let me know any thoughts you may have as well additionally on that. Now I'm going to look at the lineup. So obviously, Serena Wiegman decided to stay unchanged from the first game, the opening game that we had, and I think that's something that's really important. I think to have a settled side. I think that it is important rather than just constantly changing. I think it just disrupts, everything if you don't keep that balanced team. But yeah, I mean, like I say, let's go with the formation as usual. Obviously, that 4-2-3-1 that we like to play. Just this, how we kind of obviously play. I just love the way we play in this formation. I think it suits us down to the ground. Yeah, I'm going to take you through the team. So obviously Mary Apes in goal, Lucy Bronze at right back, with Millie Bright and Leah Williamson in the middle, and on the left Rachel Daly. In the central midfield role is Georgia Stanway and Kira Walsh. Very, two players that really complement each other very well. And then obviously ahead of them, Beth Mead on the right, Frank Kirby down the middle, and Lauren Hemp on the left hand side, and then of course Ellen White up top. So yeah, like I say, I think that obviously we started off a bit slowly in this match actually, but I think that getting that early goal really helped settle us down. It really did, and from that, from the moment we kind of scored, we really did start to settle down a lot more, like I say. And yeah, so we are going to be getting Tom on hopefully very soon, which will be good to welcome back onto the channel and get to know his thoughts. But yeah, as ever, if you do want to follow me on my socials, you can do so. Huddersfield Town Fan TV, HTFTV8 on Instagram and Twitter. So check us out on there. And like I say, if you could be so kind, if you are new to the channel, please just that button down here, or I don't know, there's a red button, subscribe button, and yeah, it's free. So if you could hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so, it would mean a lot to me. Welcome on in, Matthew. Thank you for coming in. Let me know your thoughts on the game last night. Like I said, I was just kind of going through the team, just if you've missed that. And I was just kind of saying as well, how it's important to have a settled side. And I think that, our manager, Wiegman, will actually keep that. She'll keep that consistent side. And I was kind of just saying that it was really important to do that. Because, yeah, if you're chopping and changing too much, it does disrupt the team. So, yeah. Let me know your thoughts anyway, and yeah, like I say, welcome on in everybody to the chat. Now, like I said, Tom will be coming on very soon. But yeah, let's talk about the first goal then. I mean, brilliant build-up again. The build-up, the way we were passing the ball around with ease last night was just a joy to watch. It really was. Like I say, brilliant skill by Ellen White. Like I say, she gets fouled in the penalty area. Now, there was a bit controversy about this decision because, you know, it was kind of a, was it a penalty, wasn't it? Not a penalty. I mean, for me, you know, I think, you know, having looked back at it and had a few replays of this, I think that actually the referee gave for the first initial challenge that was made on Ellen White. She was tugged back clearly. I don't think it was for the foul that was actually the last foul that was maybe for, you know, I think she was trying to see if she could play advantage in that moment. So, but yeah, I think having looked back, I think it was definitely a penalty for me. And like I say, yeah, definitely tugged back by the Norwegian defender, pretty blatant. And yeah, obviously, it went to VAR. Well, no, it didn't. It was definitely, like I say, I can't remember if it went to VAR or not, but it definitely was a bit of controversy. There was a bit of, was it a penalty, wasn't it not? I don't think he did actually go to VAR in the end. But yeah, talking of the penalty, obviously, Georgia Stanway steps up. I mean, you know, absolutely superb penalty. You know, no keeper was saving that. It really wasn't. The power of the shot, the accuracy was so impressive. And the way she stepped up so confidently as well, you know, you've got to have something about you to be able to take a penalty. Such a difficult kind of thing to do in football, to take a penalty and step up because of the pressure that's on you. But she dealt with it superbly, and like I say, we go 1-0 up within 12 minutes. A fantastic start, just what we needed. And that was the start of the absolute domination by us. So yeah, like I say, I mean, let's go on to the second goal because that came within a few minutes after that first one. It's a brilliant ball by Lucy Bronze through to Beth Mead, who absolutely brilliant, cuts inside and delivers the ball across the face of goal. A very teasing ball as well. Lauren Hemp was there waiting to meet it, like I say, and slots it in. Like I said, initially though, this goal was actually ruled up for offside. The lineswoman on the side gave offside, but then this one did go to VAR, and this was overturned. Now, obviously, I think that was the correct decision. I think that, you know, it definitely looked onside, and VAR actually did something useful for once. But we're not going to get into VAR and my thoughts on that. But yeah, I just thought I'd put that comment in there. But yeah, like I say, 15 minutes up, and we're 2-0 up. Absolutely, Matt. Absolutely, I think very, very amazing and very impressive all the same. Now, let's go on to the third goal now, which was scored again. You know, we kept coming forward. We kept playing positively. This time it comes from a bit of a mistake from the defender. Now, when Ellen White's sniffing around, you cannot afford to be gifting a chance to her, because she will take that opportunity if she gets it, and this proved yet again that she did. Like I say, to be fair to Ellen White, you know, she did put pressure on the defence to make that mistake, but to be honest with you, the defender should have just got rid of it straight away rather than messing around with it, which she did, and then she ended up slipping. So yeah, like I said, Ellen White goes for a goal. You know, as that moment was happening, I thought there's only one outcome here, and that's a goal. And she definitely delivered brilliantly, coolly, finished, like I say, and yeah, brilliant goal. Like I say, first goal of the tournament for White, and it was only a matter of time before she got that first goal. She didn't manage to get one in the first game, but yeah, she did it in the second game. So yeah, fantastic again. 29 minutes played, and Ellen White gets on the score sheet. So yeah, now we just kept coming forward and forward, but there was just no relenting from us. And again, Lauren Hemp, beautiful ball in, and Beth Mead. I mean, wow, what a header this was! Fantastic connection. and power behind it as well. And Mead gets the goal, which was absolutely fantastic. We're going to talk about Mead in a moment because, wow, the star of the show, of a very star quality performance from everybody, every single player, but Beth Mead, wow. But yeah, like I say, 34 minutes played, and we managed to get 4-0 up. That was just, I think at this point it was kind of, I just couldn't believe what was happening. But again, we kept going, and again another attack a few minutes later. Another, like I say, Georgia Stanway, a brilliant ball, across to Beth Mead. Like I said, this was so impressive, this goal, by the way, because the way she was weaving in and out with her feet, but so quick, the pace and everything, and the finish as well was absolutely fantastic. The Norwegians just couldn't deal with her. They couldn't all night. They couldn't deal with her, and they probably were very happy to leave the back of her because she was just causing every problem that could be possible. Afternoon, Mike. If you do want to come in, by the way, Mike, and get your reaction, yeah, of course you can. Yeah, we'll get you on now. Let me just send you the link, and we'll continue. Like I say, we're just going through the goals, but yeah, let me just. Dan's arrived. Welcome. I know we're all coming in at the moment. This is brilliant. I'm just gonna send Mike the link, and I'll get you in, Dan, in a moment. What am I doing now? Here we are. But yeah, we all want to have our say on this historic night for England, which, yeah, like I say, was very, very impressive. So yeah, let me get Dan in now. So we're going to welcome on Dan into the stream. It's great to have you. Wait, I think I clicked the wrong button. No, I have actually. Yeah. Anyway, right. Adding to the scene. Welcome. Hello there.
Hey. How are you doing?
I'm well. I'm still smiling, of course, after that fantastic night yesterday. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, yeah, I'm very well, but I hope you're well as well, of course. And yeah. I mean, we might as well start from the beginning again, to be honest with you. I know people may, but yeah, I mean, briefly, obviously, I mean, you could definitely say, them opening exchanges. We started very slowly, didn't we? But that early goal really helped the situation. We're going to get Mike in as well. Welcome on in, Mike.
And long time no see.
Long time no see, Mike.
Nice of you to come on here. We're just talking, obviously, the game last night, of course. Now, there was a lot of controversy to this first goal, regarding the penalty. Now, having looked back at it on the replays, in my opinion, I think it was given, in the early. It wasn't actually for the foul that we saw on before, where she was kind of just tugging on her and like shaking clear. What was your initial? What's your thoughts on this, Dan? About having looked back at it, have you kind of changed your mind on it? Obviously, we did do a watch long, didn't we, yesterday to the game?
Yeah. I still think it's extremely soft.
Yeah.
I still think it's a very, very soft penalty. I think it's the way she went down afterwards as well. I mean, okay, they were a tangle of feet, but not so much to make you try and dive over it. If anything, I'd have gone down when the arm was coming across the shirt. If you're going to go down when that happens.
Yeah.
It was a soft penalty, but it was given. VAR is in use in these in the Euros, and it was. We saw VAR used for 2 of England's goals, the first and the second. So, for the penalty, I'm glad it was given, but for me, if it was chalked off, I could understand why.
Yeah, I mean, Mike, if you're there, what was your initial reaction to the penalty kind of decision?
No offense to any English people or any English person watching this, but as soon as she went down, I knew it was a penalty. I knew it would have got given.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's never a penalty. It's never a penalty. I agree with Dan. It's too soft. Never.
Fair enough. I mean, okay, the penalty maybe shouldn't have been awarded then, but you can't argue, the penalty perfect, wasn't it? It was the power of the finish was equality. It was no keeper was saving it.
Fantastic penalty, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure you'll agree there. Like I say, very cool, calm, and composed. Georgia Stanway, really impressive part of the way they play. Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, obviously as the game progressed, I think that game really ignited us, obviously. Now, initially this second goal was actually ruled out for offside. But again, rightly for me, I think that it was overturned. And they actually did something useful for once, which is fantastic. I'm always diving at the sorry, but it is. But I think that, the goal was allowed. But again, a brilliant ball, like I said, brilliant, by Beth Mead delivering to the ball. And yeah, Lauren there couldn't miss. What was your thoughts on this goal, everybody? And definitely right decision to turn it. Will you agree there?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think that when you looked at it back, you can understand why it was flagged, but then that's why I'm glad that there was VAR. She was on line with not the last defender. Well, it looked like the last defender at first, but then when the camera panned out, there was also another player that was practically still down, I don't know, tying a shoelace or trying to get back to their feet, which was, kept Lauren Hemp on. And it was a cracking run, absolutely fantastic run as well to get in from the ball for Beth Mead. I think we were clinical at that. When the ball came across the face of goal, we looked deadly, dangerous. There was even a good couple of chances prior to that we'd missed by a toe, a whisker. Sorry. So yeah, it was a great goal, and as I say, 15 minutes on the clock and 2-0 up in a game that we thought there weren't going to be that many goals. We thought it's going to be a very close affair. To go 2-0 up in 15 minutes, we were all like gobsmacked.
Well, like I say, we just dominated and kept coming forward all the time. It was really, really, it was just a joy to watch. It really was. Now, obviously, the third goal, this was obviously comes from a mistake from the defender. Ellen White, though, to be fair, puts pressure on the defender. But yeah, to me, you've got to get rid of that ball instead of around. She slips and then the White goes onto it. And when someone as good as Ellen White's sniffing around, you cannot afford to make mistakes like that, because I knew as soon as she went through, I knew it was going to be a goal. But yeah, very clinical by Ellen White and very, very finished. Your kind of thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I mean, Ellen White was a menace for the Norwegian defence. She was on a game. There were 3 or 4 players that were on the game. I mean, go back to the first goal, Georgia Stanway. We said in the first 10 minutes maybe she's just trying to find a feet in the game. There was 2 chances where she had the ball, wasted opportunities, but then she took the penalty away, and it almost boosted her confidence. She grew into the game. But Ellen White was another one. Absolute fox in the box. You couldn't stop her, even if you were a defender, and she'd somehow, even though you think she's not getting anywhere near me, and then you'd look over your other shoulder and she's already there. And, she was an absolute menace. And that's what you expect from someone like Ellen White. She's done it for a numerous amount of years now. But, yeah, absolutely fantastic finish to open her account on the game.
Yeah, top quality striker. And yeah, I love watching her. She's fantastic. She really is. Now, for the next goal, the 4th goal, which was kind of, again, we're constantly coming forward, creating chances, time again. And again, Lauren Hemp, I thought that was an absolutely fantastic ball. And, Beth Mead, the way she connected with it, perfect. But the delivery was really impressive. 4-0 England, like I say, that was within the half, like I say, 34 played, and with 4-0. I mean, yeah, you've got to agree with me that the ball from Lauren was absolutely outstanding, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, as I said, majority of the wingers, Hemp, Mead, just on point. Everything was on point. Set pieces, crosses. There was nothing you could have faulted England for. So, good ball in by him, and Beth Mead turns from provider to goal scorer. So,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
also,
I mean, we'll go on to that in a moment, but we're going to welcome another guest. I've got Tom on, who has come on the channel at various amount of times, but it'll be good to hear his thoughts of the opening half an hour of the game that happened last night. First of all, hello, welcome on. Welcome.
Sorry, I'm a bit late. I lost track of time.
No, it's absolutely fine. No problem. Your initial reaction, like I say, to the kind of, we've gone up to like about 35 minutes, 4-0 up. Your initial reaction to the start that we made, obviously a slow start, I'm sure you'll agree, but that first goal, I mean, I want to touch upon it actually. Did you think that was a penalty? The first goal, obviously.
I did fight with it.
Yeah, I mean,
sensational. I'm still shocked how well we played last night.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, interesting. You think it's a penalty? I think it was. I haven't looked back on it, but Dan, you think it was a bit harsh, but you take it. But yeah, so we're going to go on to the fifth goal anyway. Again, Georgia Stanway gets involved. A great ball across to Beth Mead. I mean, this was impressive. The way she moved, the way she used both feet, weaving in and out, absolutely brilliant. I'm just speechless. And the finish was unreal, a fantastic goal. And it made it England 5, Norway 0 in the 38th minute. Dan, what was I'm sure you'll agree, this was such an impressive goal.
It were, as I say, she was the standout player yesterday, and it's difficult to say when you've absolutely annihilated a teammate nil. Who do you pick out to be the out and out star performer? But as I say, not only did she get a hat trick in the game, which we'll get onto a third goal later, but she was just absolutely fantastic all over the park, helping back, defending, and just the ball at her feet. It looked so simple for her to do. She was so happy with what she was. It was a case of beat one, beat two, keeper. You're easy enough. So once you'd put that one in the back of the net, that rate, confidence was just oozing in the England camp.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Tom, what did you think of this goal? I think you very impressive goal, and like I said, Beth Mead, the star of the show, of many stars in the collectively, the team was outstanding every single play. But Beth Mead was on another level. The Norwegian defence just couldn't cope with her, I'm afraid. So yeah, what were your thoughts on Beth then, Tom?
I thought she was my man of the match by far.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't argue with that.
She was playing with it. I mean, that goal where she took two players on and cut in and smashed it into bottom corner.
Yeah. It's just
all
crazy.
you can do is just applaud. Gary Southgate needs to be watching how to attack.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Southgate, so yeah. Matt agrees. Nice one, mate. Yeah, like I said, great. Like I say, Matt, let me know your thoughts along here for sure. I'd be keen to know what you think. But yeah, I can't stop laughing at the microphone. Now I'm gonna go on to, like I say, again, we hadn't finished there. Just before half time, we managed to get another goal. Lucy Bronze, absolutely fantastic player, by the way. Start attack, plays to Kira Walsh, who then kind of plays a fantastic ball through to Kirby, and Kirby obviously gets it across the face and goal. Again, that similar ball to what we saw earlier from, in the earlier goals, a similar kind of goal here. And there we are. Ellen White was there waiting, stretching out, making sure she got on the end of it. And yeah, again, outstanding. 6-0, like I say, and that was in the 41st minute. And that was Ellen White's second goal. She was on for the hat-trick, of course. But yeah, talk me through this one, Dan. What was your kind of, what did you kind of think of this goal that we scored here?
Yeah, I mean, it were a great. Was the second one the header?
No. The second one was the one where she, like I say, Kirby kind of put it across face of goal, and she was stretching it. Was with her foot.
Yes. Yeah. No. it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. As I said, she was an absolute menace. She, no matter where the defense were, she was always going to beat them to it.
Yeah,
That's what I enjoyed about the mentality from England yesterday, was that we didn't lie down. It wasn't a case of at 3 or 4 we just thought, right, we're comfortable, let's sit back, because we see, in a lot of the men's games. But we went for the throat, we went for the kill, and it's just fantastic. That, and a striker's instinct.
yeah.
If they see a ball in front of goal, they're going to throw themselves at it, whether it's a foot, a head, a fingernail, whatever it is. They're going to throw themselves at it. And again, a brilliant slide in, and popped it away for the 5th.
The sixth, yeah. We're losing track of goals. There's so many. I understand that, but yeah, so I can confirm. And that was it from us until after half time. We had a bit of a breather from the goal front, which we're all kind of coming down to it. Like I say, we went into the break 6-0 up. Now, I agree with there, Dana, by the way, about the mentality. The mentality of, in that second half, we could have easily just, been happy with what we'd kind of done, but no, we kept going, attacking, looking positively forward, and that's what I love to see, from an England side, and yeah, it was just fantastic. But yeah, before we go into the second half, thank you, Matthew. I really appreciate that. Yeah, like I say, if you are watching this stream, hit the like button. Like I say, hit the like button. It doesn't cost anything. Share the stream, and like I say, subscribe to the channel. Like I say, I am getting close to that 100 mark. Slowly but surely, I'm getting there. But yeah, it would be very much appreciated. Like I say, I am working hard at what I'm doing here. I try and improve in every stream that I do. So yeah, I hope that you do kind of come and support me on this channel and enjoy the content I produce. But yeah. Thank you for that comment, Matthew, as always, showing your support. Always here, always there. Yeah, he's always here for me. But anyway, I mean, yeah, the second half, I mean, we had numerous chances before we actually got, obviously, the 7th goal. But from what I took away from, the second half, obviously, we managed to rotate. We brought some substitutions on the hour mark, it was, I think, around about. Now, these players that came on made a real impact. The likes of Ella Toone, Chloe Kelly looked very good when she came on. Greenwood was involved in a goal. I just think the depth of this squad is so impressive as well. There's players sat on the bench that will come on and make a real, and that's what you want. That's what you need. Now, obviously, the 7th goal, again, Stanway involved again. I mean, like I say, she starts the attack, like I say, plays it across the Bronze. Bronze, again, a brilliant ball in, by the way. And Alicia Russo, who I forgot to mention, came on as well, and gets in on the act. Brilliant header. But yeah, it's good for the confidence levels to get everybody, especially another striker that, that needs confidence, and it'll help her, if she's called upon in the next games. But yeah, I mean, Dan, talk us through this one. What did you make of this one? Because yeah, really impressive build-up yet again by England.
Yeah, again, we can't rule out Lucy Bronze. She is a bit of a Carl Walker type player, isn't she? Gets forward, loves to bomb forward, and her and Beth Mead on that far side worked wonders together. It really worked well as a partnership on that far side. So beautiful ball in. And as you say, I don't think Russell had been on the pitch that long, if anything, about 6 minutes. I think the substitutions came on the 60th minute mark. As you said, it's probably going to get changed. And then Russell comes on 6 minutes later. She's opened her account. Brilliant goal. Well worked ball by Lucy Bronze. And yeah, at that point, we just got to the point of, let's be greedy. Come on, let's get double figures.
Yeah, I think we're all dreaming of maybe double figure. We're getting a bit greedy, like you say. Tom, I mean, what did you make of this one? And obviously, yeah, again, great piece. But and yeah, how important is it for you, in your opinion, the depth of having players that can come on and make a real impact? It's really important because every player is needed in a tournament like this, isn't it?
Yeah, it's important. I mean, the depth in the squad is just. I mean, the subs that came on, Greenwood that came on, she was class.
Yeah, she was.
You were like playing a prime Roberto Carlos. I mean, for me, Lucy Bronze is just so good. You can see the move that she's got. Barcelona, I believe she's gone to, hasn't she?
Yeah. She obviously.
I think for a number of years now, I've watched her, and she's a really good footballer, is Lucy Bronze.
Yeah, she's a real professional on and off the pitch, by the way, as well. Great. What she's done for the game, and what she's achieved as well in the game. It's so impressive. And like you say, she's really, really, as she's got older, she's just got better and better and better. And we're lucky to have her in our side for sure. Thank you for that. And then obviously, again, the final goal of this match came in the 81st minute, of course. Like I say, the link-up play at times was beautiful by England. Like I say, this time between Toon and Greenwood. She plays, like I say, Greenwood then plays the ball across to Walsh. A fantastic shot, by the way, by Walsh. I'm lucky not to actually score in my opinion. But again, the keeper kind of parries it out, and look who's there waiting at the start of the show. Beth Mead, anticipation, that she really anticipated that to happen, which isn't easy. I know it was probably a goal that she was maybe expected to score if she got the chance, which she did, of course. But that completed the hat trick, the perfect hat trick, to go with Sublime's performance. Talk us through this one, Dan. I mean, it was just fantastic, wasn't it? Again.
Yeah, again, I said it's one of those goals where players of quality know how to act on instinct. Yeah. They know when a keeper when a keeper doesn't look confident, when a keeper doesn't look right, the positioning looks a bit off. When that ball came in, as I say, there were 2 or 3 players that could have had wild stabs at it, but it came back out to her, and she didn't give up. She could have stuck with that last defender and gone, oh, the opportunity's gone. But she seized the opportunity. She ran in. She anticipated where the error was going to come from, and she was there to tuck it home nicely for 8. And I think that's the first time a full house at the Amex has been treated to such a scoreline.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, absolutely. I mean, if only then fans could witness that for a Brighton game, which isn't going to be happening anytime soon. But anyway, no offense, Brian, but yeah. I mean, Tom, I mean, this was just the perfect way to end the proceedings, wasn't it, really? This goal and Beth Mead to get the hat-trick. She thoroughly deserved that, don't you agree? There's no question.
There's no question about it. She deserved a hat-trick. And going back on Ellen White's first goal, I thought a pressing to take the ball off her, and the finish was just... I think that's an actual an old-fashioned centre-forward role. Like years and years ago, that's what they used to do. You don't get many of them like that anymore, do you?
No. Good point there you made, Tom, to be honest with you. I agree. And like you say, I knew as soon as Ellen White went through, I knew there was only one outcome, because she is a goal scorer. She would not squander that chance. There's no chance. I mean, the celebration at the end was just fantastic to see, by the way. I mean, let's look at the stats then, because obviously we do. I mean, if you like a stat, then we're going to go through it. I mean, we dominated the game, as we know. Obviously, we ended up finishing with 64% possession. We ended up with 25 shots, 15 on target, by the way. So, that is really impressive. And like I said, the passing as well. If you look at the passes that we made 539. The Norwegians made 298. So, like I say, it just showed the domination here, doesn't it, Dan? What do you make of these stats? It definitely didn't surprise us to kind of read these after the match, did it really?
No, I mean, at half-time, it looked a lot closer. I mean, the possession was only 55-45, and you're thinking, hold on, that sounds like an even contest game. And then if you was to tell somebody, the scoreline was 5-0. So, it was sort of like, 6-0 at that point, whichever one it was. It was, stats don't lie. You can see the dominance. As I say, 25 shots, 15 on target, 8 of them hit the back of the net.
Yeah.
And, they've only had 4. Can you even class them as shots? They were probably pot shots from range because they got nowhere near. As I said, Earps could have just sat down, had a picnic, gone for a meal, with a partner.
Yeah.
It'd have been pointless even. I want to took the kit off. I mean, you don't even need to wash it. Just fold it back up and save it for the next game, because it probably didn't get an ounce of sweat on it, because the Norwegians didn't entertain us in terms of chances. One on target, that is it. And I think even then, that was the one that didn't we clear it off the line, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, blow my neck. I mean, because
either we cleared one off the line or they cleared one off the line as well, didn't they? I can't remember. It was either way.
There was so much action. I can't remember, Dan. I really can't.
Yeah, exactly. You can't look past the goal, to be fair, in this game. But as you say, the stats don't lie. The shots are there. 15 on target, 8 of them in the back of the net, and just absolute domination by the Lionesses.
Absolutely. I mean, Tom, what do you make of these stats? Like I say, definitely doesn't come as a surprise, does it? And like I say, it just showed the real domination that we had in this match from the very, even though, maybe we started slowly. I'd probably say from when we scored, I think the domination from there, we just got stronger and stronger as the match went on.
Well, the stats say itself, how dominant he was. I'm surprised we didn't score at least 15.
Every time we got forward,
every time we got forward, it looked like we were going to score. The only thing like that, we didn't get 15.
It's true that how many times the ball went across the face of goal and it was just literally a toe away. It was like Gaza in the World Cup, we were literally a stud mark away every single time. Although one thing that we haven't mentioned as well was obviously the rescinded sending off. That was a massive turning point in the game as well. I didn't think that was a red card. I'm glad it was overturned into a yellow, even though it was against us. I do think that VAR was used correctly in that game, as I say. So it was a half foot. Don't get me wrong, it was a half foot, but there was no malice at all. It was a case of they were both looking for the ball. The ball's been knocked, forward, shall we say, and right decision for me.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me of that. I've got to agree with you there. I think again, VAR was used very, very well in this match. That doesn't mean I like it, by the way, people. That doesn't mean I like it, but it did work in this match, and it was used very effectively. So there's no complaints from me.
You know what last night were like? It's like playing on FIFA against a proper rubbish team, innit? And you're just banging them out.
Yeah, like I say, I agree with you. It could have been easily double figures last night, but because every time we came forward, like I say, it did look like we was going to score. Now, like I say, Matt has just said Beth Mead was outstanding. Absolutely, woman of the match. Absolutely. Like I say, she, like the quality of this performance from her was just breathtaking. It really was. Like I said earlier. The defenders from Norway just couldn't handle her on that right hand side. And like I say, for me, the best performance we've seen from a winger at the Euros so far, no question about that. Absolutely bossing that wide position. Like I said earlier, she wasn't only creating chances; she was, getting the assists and things. She was also getting on the goals as well. Now, I want to touch upon her. Where she kind of touches that she made throughout the match, and she was coming back into her own half, helping out, in the midfield, the defence at times. But she was also obviously predominantly down the wing, but also she found herself obviously in the box as well, and on a number of occasions. So she was all over, which just shows how much of an impact she was making in the match. But like I say, she was the woman of the match. She was awarded that, and rightly so. It was a faultless performance, and what I did like, by the way, Dan, is that I liked the remember the trick that she did over the Norwegian defender's head, and then foul. That was crazy. That was unbelievable, wasn't it?
That was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal play.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, that just showed the confidence though that she's got as well.
Yeah.
To do something like that. Fantastic. I mean, very, Beckham-esque. The performance as well, Beckham-esque. I think, no doubt about it. Again, obviously, I'm kind of looking at individual performances here, but I don't like doing this because I think collectively as a team, we were all very, very outstanding in our own way. Obviously, we've spoken about Ellen White. Ellen White just did what Ellen White does, causing all sorts of problems. The constant movement, the runs that she were making, being in the right place at the right time for her goals. It's what a born striker does, and she's a born goal scorer. And like I said, I'm sure you'll agree with me there, Dan. Just what a play! Like I said, what she's done for England as well. Being the top scorer now. Going into tournament, she was top scorer. Sorry, with 50 goals. So now she's notched up to 52. And she's just going to get more and more goals. There's no doubt about that.
Definitely. She's been great. She's been absolutely fantastic. As I say, you were right in what you said. You can't really pick. It was so difficult to pick one player out from a collective team effort. The only reason why Beth Mead got it, as you say, is not just because of the hat trick, because okay, goals do contribute, but the assists. The fact that she ran up and down, she was a workhorse. She wasn't shy of putting in the dirty work. Her set pieces were phenomenal. Everything about Beth Mead was on point. Even her bloody makeup was on point. That's how much of a good day Beth Mead had. It was phenomenal. Can't fault her at all. And that's why she stood out as woman of the match, like Matt said.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just want to touch on somebody else here that I've got in my notes. How impressive was Keira Walsh last night? I think she really controlled that midfield, and I was looking at the heat map that she kind of produced, in the 90 minute, in the game overall. Because I like looking at things and like looking at individual performances. To be honest with you, even though it was collectively a top quality display by the Lionesses, I do like to delve into different, individual performances of how, of what kind of went on throughout the match. So yeah, I mean, Keira Walsh, I mean, she covered so much ground on this. I wish I could show you, Dan, but she covered so much ground in this heat map, as you can imagine, and she just controlled that midfield with ease, didn't she? I mean, what was your thoughts on Keira Walsh? I mean, how did you think she fared? Because it was just outstanding for me.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, from a defensive point of view, they didn't really have much to do because the midfield was already doing the defensive work. Apart from the odd few chances where the ball escaped, where Norway played the ball over the top, it was mostly a midfield battle, and she was an ever present, and to be fair, a leader in the midfield. She commanded the midfield really, really well along the whole of it. As I say, our midfield and strikers were too busy trying to put the ball in the back of the net. The defence could have. Same with Earps, as I said earlier, could have just had a chill out and relaxed and enjoyed the Euros. They could have been watching the Austria highlights from the earlier kickoff. She commanded that midfield and made it her own. And fair play to her. She played phenomenally well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I did say right at the very start of the stream actually about I like the formation we play, by the way, as well. The 4-2-1. Suits us, yeah, very, very nicely, nice formation. It suits us down to the ground now. I mean, Tom.
Jill Scott, I thought actually did all right when she came on last night as well.
It was great to see Jill come on, by the way. Yeah, again. We were speaking about this on stream, weren't we, Dan, last night about what a career she's had. I think that potentially maybe a last Euro she's getting on a bit now, but it was great to see her make an appearance. What an amazing. What she's done for the game as well. Another player that I just really admire. She really is an inspiration to many for sure. But yeah, great to see. I mean, what did you think of Walsh last night, Tom? I mean, she just dictated that midfield, and like I said earlier, the heat map that I kind of looked into after the game, it just backed up what I was thinking. She just controlled that midfield very nicely alongside Stanley, of course.
She controlled the midfield by herself. I mean, the heat map. I saw the heat map. Oof, ridiculous.
Yeah, you've seen it then. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is.
She covered so much. She covered so much ground.
Yeah. Yeah, she did. It just superb. She was everywhere. That's what you know, and like I say, a real leader, there as well. Like I say, great to see obviously Lauren Hemp get another goal. Like I say, great goal, and like I say, she's a real danger. She's a real focal point when we go forward. And again, she just produces again for us. I think though, touching on the defence though, by the way, I think that in all fairness, yeah,
What,
okay.
we had a defence?
I mean, to be honest with you, I think that even though we didn't give Norway much opportunity to come forward, I still think it was still impressive the way that we played out from the back. We were very composed in possession. We did fantastically on that front, and we didn't give them any time on the ball, even when they did make that rare appearance going forward when they was allowed to, of course, because we were just constantly coming forward at them. But yeah, I mean, yeah. It was still a fair, we still did it, like I say. We've got a nice balance in that defence as well, by the way. Obviously, Bronze, she's not only fantastic going forward, but I think that she's a fullback that can really defend as well. Sometimes you get fullbacks that like to go forward but aren't as good as defending. But yeah, she has it all. Again, Millie Bright in the middle. Yeah. Absolutely fantastic. She's always, throwing herself, in front of everything, and a top quality centre half. And obviously Williamson, again, a great partnership between them two. Now, obviously, I know that we're talking, weren't we, Dan, last night, obviously, about Steph Horton not being in the Euros.
Yeah.
It was all from the manager, but the connection. I just think that, like I say, I was saying last night, I just think Wiegman just didn't think that, like I say, Horton has had a lot of injuries this last season. She obviously wasn't. She wasn't. Maybe at the level that she's been prior. Obviously, and she just didn't think she was ready. But I did say last night as well. I think she'll definitely be back in the picture at some point. But I just think, with this tournament, unfortunately, she's just missed out. And then Daly on the other side, again, great. We do see her going forward. Brilliantly, and she's good very defensively. I mean, Dan, I know we didn't really see much of the defence last night, but you've got to agree we've got that nice balance, haven't we, at the back?
We have, yeah. I think the only time we really saw it was once we'd gone 2-0 up. Norway had about a 10-minute spell of thinking, we need to get a foothold in this game. They had a barrage of corners, but and don't get me wrong, there were a few scares, the odd scare, but we dealt with it. We dealt with it, and we dealt with it to a plumb, really, really well. As you said there, Lucy Bronze was on form, running forward, running back. Williamson, Bratt, fantastic. I can't fault anyone. Whether the defence, as I say, after that 10-minute spell, it was pretty much just a midfield and attack from us constantly. Yeah. 11 of their players behind the ball, and we were just going at them, like, I don't know, like a cat to a mouse. It was just sort of, it was non-stop. It was brutal, but so it's been coming. It's been coming, and I just hope that we don't dry up in the rest of the games now. Now that we've set that precedent, I want us to keep thinking, keep that mentality, go forward, kill the games, don't sit on a 2-0 and things like that. Let's keep killing these teams off.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said there. But to be honest with you, Dan, I don't have any doubts about going forward, because I believe that, the way we play, we won't change our style. Of course we won't. And the managers implement a style in that, is very attacking and, keep being on the front foot no matter what the scoreline is. And yeah, I think that we'll, the threat that we've got up top and, in the midfield, constantly, just causing issues. And I tell you, nobody will want to face us at all in the knockout rounds, whoever we get. So never mind focusing on maybe who we will get in the quarterfinals, which obviously was confirmed last night. And actually, not only that, we've confirmed top spot as well.
A lot of teams need to be taking us seriously as well after last night.
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, though, I think that.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. I think that if nobody was taking us seriously before this, they really are taking it seriously now. But I think that going into the tournament, we were one of the favourites as well, alongside France. So, I I mean, special mention to the crowd again last night. I mean, I'm sorry, but absolutely electric. It really was. And I've said it before. Make home advantage count, and this is really helping. The ladies, get through, and really fill them with confidence, and I just feel like we're unstoppable, to be honest with you.
29,000, just short of 29,000 in at the Amex for a women's European game. It just goes to show, as you said there, how much the women's game is growing popularity, and it's more than deserved. At the end of the day, we're football fans, so the thing is, whether they're hairy legs or not hairy legs, kicking a ball, who cares? End of the day, we're all there to enjoy football. We're all kicking a ball, male, female, whatever orientation you are. It's football. It's a universal language, and I'm glad to see that the women's game is getting so much support now.
Yeah, and rightly so. And it's taken a while. It's taken a while for this time. Obviously, we've seen the coverage that the women's game has got over the last year. Obviously, Sky Sports covering most of the WSL now, which is fantastic. Every game actually, and yeah, the women's game's come a long way. Like I say, the amount of support we've been getting, and it's great to see it in this country. By the way, it just brings us together as a country, really. After the tough times, that we've had previously, it's just fantastic to see. Like I said on your show last night, like obviously, lots of kids going to these games. Young girls that are really inspired by this team, and yeah, it's just been a joy. Like I say, I have been to a few games, as you know, and just the atmosphere has just been absolutely fantastic. It's such a contrast to the men's game, by the way. The atmosphere, it's a very unique atmosphere when you're at a women's game. You feel like you, on a personal level, I feel like I belong more in the women's game than the men's. I'm not. I am who I am, and that's okay. Whereas in the men's game, if you don't fit that kind of so-called what a football fan should look like kind of thing, it's as if you kind of made to feel like you're not meant to be there. But in the women's game, it's a special atmosphere, and it's welcoming for everybody to enjoy it for sure. Like I say, we can't wait to see them in action for quarterfinal. But we have got a game to spare, of course, which is Northern Ireland on Friday evening, 8 o'clock kickoff. Now, I think Northern Ireland won't be looking forward to playing us, that's for sure. Because, like I say, when you come in the back of a win like we have, I think that we can see a few more goals in this game. I really do. But I mean, I think just want to kind of end it with my summary, obviously, of a real historic night for England last night, as we said. Faultless performance by every single player in that side. I know I've picked out a few that I'm always just keen to know, like kind of maybe the players that have been picked up on their performance level. I'm not like Beth Mead and Walsh and Hemp and Ellen White and things like that. But that's not singling out the rest of the team, because every single player was faultless. Last night, the performance wise, and like I say, we made a record with the scoreline last night. We smashed a record, which is fantastic. Like I say, we won the game in style, as we know. We've topped the group now, and we've like I say, we've done it with a game to spare. So I mean, that was probably a rubbish summary, but I just think that I've kind of covered my summary throughout the stream. But I mean, Dan, if you could summarise that performance last night, I know we've kind of spoken about it throughout the stream, but what would you say to summarise it? To kind of end this.
Pure annihilation. Norway could not match us 11-11 on that pitch. We expected them to. They didn't. We just found our A game. We were there on point. Nothing you can say when everything goes your way and every single ball that goes towards that net practically is on target. You're in for a bad day at the office if you're part of the opposition. So Yeah, England 8, Norway 0. Great, but the job isn't done. As I say, it's one of those. The job is not done yet. It's brilliant while it happened. It was great to watch live, but we need to keep that mentality going now. Let's keep that belief going that, anything France can do, England can do better.
Absolutely, and we certainly did do it better, by the way, because I went to the game, France versus Italy, and you could see France was just content to stay, at the goals that they'd scored, and it was like, well, I mean, is that the mentality you're wanting to see? Potentially not. I mean, I know that every kind of team has their own style, but I know if I was a French supporter and I was from France, I wouldn't really like to see that. But I agree with you there, Dan, about obviously, the job isn't done. We have to refocus and we have to go again. There's another game coming up on Friday. Okay, we've already qualified with top of the group, but we still want to be going into those knockout stages with another win. To completely, unbeaten. To continue that unbeaten run. It's important to refocus now. I'm sure that Wiegman's given the players a chance to enjoy it, but you can see how focused she is. She won't let these players get carried away. There's no doubt about that. She'll let them enjoy it, of course, because you've got to do. But maybe from tomorrow, we'll refocus and we'll get back to work because, like I said, we want to go all the way here in this tournament and we want to win it. Because what an amazing story it would be if we could go all the way and win it. By the way, I know we are one of the favourites to win it, but still, it would just be fantastic for this country for us to win the Euros. But yeah, thank you for that. I mean, Tom, what do you think? What's your kind of summary of the match? I know we've kind of touched upon bits, but yeah, what's your kind of summary and takeaway from this game?
We taught them a lesson.
Yeah.
Professional performance. Don't get too carried away. They can enjoy it last night, and today they can enjoy it. But tomorrow, back to business and get the right tactics right. And just, I want to see quite a few changes on Friday. See quite
interesting. Yeah, interesting.
I want to see Greenwood start because I think she's really good. But overall, top quality performance.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. Well said. I mean, it's interesting you say that about maybe making a few changes on Friday because it's a tricky one, isn't it? This because you've got a team that obviously started the last two games and they've just got stronger and stronger, and especially last night it was just incredible. Now there's two ways to look at it really. I mean, he's good. Like I said in my earlier kind of brief. To get a settled side is important to me. I think that to have a settled side. I'm not saying don't make a few changes, but we need that settled side. And I mean, and then obviously the other side is do we let a few of us get some minutes on the board that haven't played from the start in the opening two games and give the minutes because, like I say, when the knockout phases come around, we need every single player to be ready when called upon. It's a tricky one. I mean, Dan, what do you think about this? Do you think that what do you think we should do on Friday? Do you think we should go into the keep the same side, or would you maybe make one or two changes potentially?
It's as you say, it is very, very tough to call. Even as you say, some of the subs when they came on, gave a very good account of themselves. I think Ella Toon could have had a goal.
Yeah.
She weren't far off, from curling one in at the edge of the box. She had a chance, which as well that sailed over the bar. So she was in and around it as well. I think that's the best thing about this England side. We've got quality on the pitch and off, waiting to make its way on as well. We've got it in abundance now, and the manager's going to have a very tough choice to make come Friday because you do want that to continue. You want the same mentality. You want us to go again. But you also have to keep in mind that these players aren't just going to want to sit on the bench. They're going to want game time. So I agree with Tom, but I also agree with you. I'll sit on the fence and agree with you both. How's that sound?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I haven't actually given a decision because I think that I'm a bit on the fence on both sides, really. I could understand maybe if you make a few changes, but I think that consistency-wise, you do need to be consistently. I know that Wiegman does like a consistent side, by the way. We've seen it over the last, since she's come in. She does really like a settled side that she will continue to pick. But yeah, like I say, selection issues, because like I say, when the players did come on last night, like you say, Toon, causing issues. Kelly was on the ball a bit as well. Greenwood, yeah, these players are knocking on the door very closely. So I'm glad I'm not the manager. But it's a good problem to have, to be honest with you. No matter who she chooses, we do back her to make the right decisions, and that's the most important thing. But yeah, I mean, we've just surpassed the hour, and we've had an absolutely fantastic stream. Like I say, Dan, thank you so much for coming on, as always. It's great to have you on the channel. I mean, if you want to give your channel a plug, like I said, I will actually update the description and put your details in there, by the way, because I think that's obviously it was a last minute thing for you to come on, so I'll do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, where can people find you? And what have you got planned maybe in the next few days? Anything that you want to promote, feel free to do so.
Right. First and foremost, thank you for having me. Really do appreciate it. You deserve more than 100 subs. You're doing some cracking stuff, so I do appreciate the fact that you've come into this like YouTube community and you're smashing it, Ryan. So please do keep up with the positivity. Keep doing what you're doing. The vlogs, the previews, etc. Although, come 2 weeks' time, I hope to see you cry. Sorry, but but no, thank you. Thanks for having me. If you do want to, obviously support myself, you can head over to Turf Morehouse TV on YouTube. We are also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, everything but OnlyFans. So don't try looking for me on there because you won't find me. I don't sell feet pics or any of that stuff. So yeah, try and find me on all social medias apart from that. But yeah, thank you for having me. As I say, really do appreciate it. And we've got some videos coming up. I don't know whether to do a vlog of the pre-season friendly on Friday away at Shrewsbury. I've just done a video prior to coming on to this, ranting. I don't usually have a rant, but I needed to get some crap off my chest regarding Burnley, which there's a lot to over the years. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I'll be doing a watch along as well for the Huddersfield Burnley game because the tickets went like hotcakes. So if for any fan that isn't going and they want to hear me get upset when Huddersfield beat us, probably, then come over, have a watch, take the pee out of me if you want. I can take it. I'm a big lad. But yeah, thank you for having me. More importantly, Ryan, and I do appreciate it.
No worries, mate. No worries at all. And like I say,
I think if we beat you and you do cry, you will get a lot of viewers.
Well, I cried on the final day. I had a Leeds fan on, and he was watching the Leeds Newcastle game, and I was watching the Burnley Newcastle. He was watching Leeds Brentford, and obviously when the full time whistles went, I couldn't keep it in. I cried. That video has had over 600 people watch it, so 600 odd people have watched me bawl my eyes out on YouTube. So that was nice.
Yeah, but it shows your passion, Dan. Though it really does, and you can see how much it means to you. And it does. Football is more than a game. I know people that don't understand it, but it is more than a game. When you're a big fan like yourself and me and Tom, you know the connection you get with your football club, and it is. So no shame in that whatsoever. But yeah, thank you for your kind words, like I say. Yeah. So please, guys, go and check Dan out. Like I say, he does some great stuff. I really enjoy coming over and watching your streams. It's just brilliant. But yeah. So please go and subscribe and check Dan out. Well worth it, and you won't be disappointed. Trust me. I'll promise you won't be disappointed. Right. Anyway. Tom, thank you as always for coming on. It's been a pleasure. You don't
put a name out because it's so weird.
I mean, yeah, it's a bit of a random one, your Twitter name. Yeah, a lot of numbers in it for some reason. But anyway, I was just going to say you don't have a YouTube, do you? But you
not yet, but I'm in process of getting one sorted out.
All right, good stuff. But yeah, as always, it's been a pleasure to have you on. But yeah, so yeah, thank you everybody that has come to tune in. Today, like I said, I really appreciate everybody's support. I know I say it on every single stream at the end. I say the same things and I just rant on and on. But it just means a lot to me, everybody that's supporting me so far. But yeah, like I say, if you do like this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Like I say, I really would appreciate that. There's plenty more coming from me. And hopefully, like I say, comment what you maybe like to see coming next from me. Any additional things, I'm open to suggestions, of course. But yeah, there'll be another vlog tomorrow. You'll be delighted to know. I'm going across to Bramall Lane, in the home of Sheffield United, another Yorkshire team that I'm visiting over the summer. And yeah, I'll be watching Sweden v Switzerland, so I'll be doing a vlog. And that'll be uploaded a bit earlier this time as well, because it is a tea time game, so I'll be home a bit earlier, and I'll upload it as soon as I get home, do all the editing and things. And yeah, it'll be with you tomorrow night at a very reasonable time. But yeah, thanks as always, everybody. And yeah, I shall see you on the next one. But yeah, just before I forget, actually, I am actually doing a watch along on Chris's channel later on. We're going to be covering Denmark versus Finland. That is the 5 o'clock game. So yeah, come over, tune in. It'll be great to see you there. His channel is West Till I Die TV. So yeah, come and tune in from 4:45 today. But yeah, that is it from me. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of the day, and I shall see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.